Testing one. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 VA Claims Consulting. Leave no vet behind, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. Welcome to my bi-weekly live Q&A session on the VA disability compensation claims process. So before we get started, I want to remind everybody that this Q&A session is for educational and informational purposes only. I encourage everyone to go out and do their own research as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. So before we get started tonight, I have some announcements to make. So I wanted to remind everyone that I have my live Veterans Roundtable every third Thursday of every month from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be tomorrow, December 16th. I still have some seats available. A few seats are still available. So I will put the link to where you can sign up in this in the chat window here in a little bit. Okay. Also, I want to let everybody know I am giving away for Christmas. Oh, let me back up. Let me wish everybody an early Merry Christmas. Hopefully, you got your Christmas shopping done. I'm not done, but still got some gifts coming in the mail. But I am having a scavenger hunt, and I'm going to award two lucky winners. Okay, two lucky winners a 1 hour, free 1 hour one-on-one with me, private one-on-one with me. Okay, going to do it by Zoom. It's going to be me and the other individuals that actually win the scavenger hunt. So it's going to be a scavenger hunt. I have 12 questions. They're in the description section of this video. I've told people where the description section is. People still ask me. So you got to find it. I think I put up 12 or 14 different questions. And these are all questions that the answers can be found on my website. Where can you find my website? In the description section. A lot of people say, how can I get a consult with you? It's on my website. So the answers have to be emailed to me at my company's website. Where can you find, company email. Where can you find that? On the company's website. Okay. So you have to go through the website to find these answers. Now, it's not available to current clients. Okay. So if I receive an email from a current client, I'm not going to even look at the answers. Okay. Because you're a current client. Now, they have to be email. I have to receive them by email December 22nd at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. If they come in after that, I'm not going to even look at them. I'm going to delete them. And I will email the individuals that gets all the correct answers. Okay. Now, if you get 10 people to answer questions and let's just say everybody misses or don't get all the answers, I'm going to take the ones with the top correct answers. All right. And let's see what else. So go to the description section of this video to see the questions, and you go through. It's like a scavenger hunt. But again, I'm going to give two lucky winners an hour, free hour one-on-one with me to answer questions as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. Now, this is not going to be a how-to session on your personal claim because I'm not looking at any information. One question I get asked all the time that I don't know the answer to. I don't even know where to go and find this answer. I get asked, if I do this, what will the VA do? There's hundreds of VA employees. Unfortunately, I don't know all of them. And if I did, I wouldn't know what each one would do. Okay. So if you ask me that question, I'm not going to even attempt to answer because I don't have that answer. Okay. So today we're only going to do an hour. As I'm going through looking at some of the questions, I am going to be uploading links in the chat window. All right. So that way you could see what I'm looking at on my cheat sheet, if you will, here. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into some questions. Let's see. All right. So who we got in here? First of all, we got Travis Horn. How you doing, Mr. Horn? First cab leads the way. We got a super sticker. Hey, I really appreciate it. Again, all the donations that I receive in on the YouTube live streams, the monthly revenue generated goes to my community outreach program. If you go to the website, I shared it. I think not last. I think maybe about a month ago. I shared where pictures from the website where you can see the two adopted schools that we have in low income areas. All right, and one of those schools, the week of Thanksgiving, well, I think it was the Saturday before Thanksgiving, we were able to feed 20 families. Okay. So your donations help with that. All right. So let's see. Al Rashidi says, can a vestibular therapist with a doctorate degree complete a DBQ for 6205 Mineros? He was diagnosed by an ENT and audiologist in the same office. He service connected for 6260 and 6100. The DBQ diagnosis provided meets the 100% rating criteria. Okay, so Al, I did a video, I want to say in the last 30 days, where I talked about licensed healthcare, VA's definition of licensed healthcare providers. Go and look at that. I shared the M21 that has a list of those different doctors. Okay, look at that list and see if your doctor falls under that criteria. Okay. Again, I see the title. I'm not a medical professional. I would have to go to the M21 reference. Well, first I would have to see the MPI number for this therapist and then go to the M21 to see if that person is qualified to do a DBQ. All right. Now, as it pertains to 6100, I'm assuming that the DBQ is for Meniere's disease only, not 6100, because 6100 is hearing loss. And in the M21, it states who can complete an exam for hearing loss. And if memory serves me correct, it's a state certified audiologist. Okay. But again, it's in the M21. All right. Good evening, Dwayne. I thought I'd just post my question while it's early. Hey, I appreciate it. Not a problem. There we go, Demetria. For those of you, this is a veteran that just won her Holla review last month. She was gracious enough to do a live testimonial, which I have on my YouTube channel. And also, she joined me one night in the live stream. Okay. And she shared her story, her success story of what she did, how she got educated, and things that she did to win her high-level review. Hi, Dwayne. Saw the notification, came in and just wanted to drop in and say hi, Merry Christmas, and best wishes for you 2020. Thank you, Demetria. Definitely appreciate it. MRC 2033. Thank you, Dwayne, for your veteran support. Hey, I really appreciate it. It's my passion to educate veterans on the VA disability compensation claims process. So we got a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of things trying to close out the year. Got videos, upcoming videos. And I got a surprise video. Okay, a surprise video. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's pertaining to an issue that a lot of veterans have been claiming, secondary to a primary service-connected condition, and they've been getting denied. But it's an interview. I interviewed someone, and they provide a lot of information, okay? Old Sergeant, good evening, Dwayne. Old Sergeant says hi to all fellow veterans. Thank you, sir. Bobby Bo, hello, vets. There we go. Benny, hey, what's going on, Benny? You're in Germany, correct, Benny? I think you said you were doing some contract work over in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. 25th ID, hello all. Daniel, hi all. Tom Marine Vet, keep going, Dwayne. Will do. There it is. All right, I see you. Thanks, Dwayne. Keep educating vets. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. Like I said, I'm going to close out 2021 really strong. And start off 2022 stronger as well. And also, I'd like to take this time to thank all my subscribers for supporting me throughout this year. We're close to 10,000 subscribers. I never thought that I would get that far, but it's not about how many subscribers I have, how many likes I have. It's about how many veterans are educated based off the information that I provided, the educational information that I provided. That's what it's about. We all are still learning, being educated, and we have to educate each other, okay? Because there are certain situations, every claim is different, and each veteran is impacted differently, okay? Here we go. Travis Horn, big time 82nd Airborne paratrooper, who Dwayne educated me, and I was rated 90%. I'm glad to be able to rely on his expertise. Hey, Travis, I really appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to educate you. I'm glad that you were able to get the rating that you felt that you deserve. It makes me feel good because I think about when I was able to reach that plateau. Okay. Deborah Weber. Hey, how you doing, Deborah? Glad we talked about a couple hours ago. Glad to see you can make it. Lil Rock, go Bob. There you go. Thanks for the super sticker. Lil Rock always supports, always gives a super sticker every live stream. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Okay, so I'm going to get back to some notes. Again, a Veterans Roundtable every third Thursday of every month, 1 p.m. to Eastern Standard Time. If you sign up, you have to show your video. If you come in and you don't share your video, I'm going to remove you from the room. Okay. So make sure you have it. I understand some people may lose the signal or whatever. If that happens, just come back in, log back in to the waiting room, and I'll let you back in. Okay. Excuse me. We still have seats available for that. I just wanted to go over some of my previous videos. One of them, mailing delays with the VA. It's very important. They gave a time frame in that email. I think it was July. I know it was July 2021. I can't remember the date, through December 31st, 2021. So there's still a couple of weeks. Go look at that video. It could impact you. Okay. I've been hearing a lot of veterans saying, hey, I got a rating decision, but it hasn't come in the mail. And it's been a month. You can actually call the National Call Center and request that they send you that rating decision because of the delays. All right. I've known some clients, some other veterans that did it. One veteran informed me that they got a hold of someone at the call center. They said, no, we can't do it. They hung up, they called back, and they got somebody else, and they emailed it to them. Okay. But also, it's some other important information as well. Been hearing from vets say, hey, I've got a proposal to reduce. When I got the letter was dated like 60 days ago. And that time frame had expired for them to submit for an RBSR hearing. So in that email, it says no adverse action is to be taken. Okay. So not only look at in that video, I talk about not only look at the date of the letter, look at the date stamp. And if it's like 30, 40 days old or something, then in that email, it states no adverse action is supposed to take place. Okay. So I shared a screenshot of that email. All right. PTSD defined. A mental health provider gave outstanding interview, Marine veteran. He talks about the definition of PTSD per the DSM-5, which all mental health providers should be following for any mental health diagnosis. He talked about PTSD stressors as it pertains to combat, non-combat situations. Okay. Definitely go and check out that video. All right. Also, the mental health provider is a Marine veteran and knows how to complete DBQs. All right. VA adjudicator is not using DBQs. I'm not going to talk about that a lot tonight because that's going to be the main topic for the roundtable tomorrow. A lot of veterans have been saying, still, I've been submitting a DBQ, all of a sudden get a call saying, hey, you need to show up for an exam. My big thing is this. Why even have them on the website if you're not going to use them? But we as veterans have to take control of what we can control. And what we can control is, one, being educated on DBQs to ensure that they are actionable and sufficient for rating purposes. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, let's get back to some other questions. Al says, nice. Appreciate it, Bobby. Don't stop until you get 100. There you go. Navy Vet 91, Mr. Kimball. All right. Question. I recently, well, first of all, 25th ID, do you have a copy of your claims folder? So now your question. I recently went part-time at my current job because of my service-connected disabilities and thinking about filing for TDIU. Is there a time frame as to how long I should wait? That would be up to you. What I will say is make sure you go to the M21 or the 38 CFR and see the requirements for IU. I did a video on it. And for everyone, you can go to my YouTube channel. And up in the, I think somewhere on there, when you click on videos. So when you get to my YouTube channel, you can click on videos. When you click on the videos, you'll see all the videos that I did. But right above the top of, I think, the far right video is a little hourglass. You can type a subject in. And in this case, you can type in TDIU and it'll bring up that video as it pertains to TDIU. Now, the video is an older video. I do share one, I know one of the slides in there, the scheduler criteria. I haven't looked at that in months. I don't think that criteria has changed, but it gives you a starting point for your research. Okay. You definitely want to understand that. Understand what the schedule criteria is for IU and what is needed. All right. Lonnie says, what does it mean when the M21 Part 4 states a single 100% disability is generally prerequisite for entitlement for aid in attendance? Just what it means. Normally a prerequisite. Now, and I don't think it says it is, okay, yeah, generally a prerequisite. Generally it's a prerequisite. Okay. But again, you have that 2680 and there's certain criteria on there. The main key criteria that a lot of veterans miss, aid in attendance has to be for only service-connected conditions. Okay. And guess what? I did a video on that and I shared, took some screenshots of the M21 showing some basic information. A lot of, I talked to a vet a few months ago. Well, earlier this year, he said, oh, I don't need to get educated on aid in attendance. I already know. And my primary care doctor at the VA filled out my 2680. Just had a quick question. I said, I can't remember what boxes it's this question, but it asked, which service-connected conditions require you to aid in attendance? So he gave me the conditions, and I asked, are all of those service-connected conditions? He said no. And I reiterated, the question was, and it's on the form, which service-connected conditions? So when you look in the 38 CFR and the M21, there's a 38 CFR that talks about, and I tell you what, guess what I have here? My SMC book. Okay. This is my SMC book. So let's just take a quick look. SMCL is for aid in attendance. SMCL, you have to have loss of use of both feet. That's under 38 CFR 3.350 subpart B, number 1. You have to have loss of use of one hand and 1 foot under the same 38 CFR. Bilateral visual acuity of 5/200 or less, 38 CFR 3.350 subpart B, number 2. Permanently bedridden for aid in attendance, according to 38 CFR 3.350 subpart B, number 3. Then it goes on to talk about ANA must be necessary solely due to a veteran's service-connected disabilities. I'm going to read that again. ANA must be necessary solely due to a veteran's service-connected disabilities. Now, the veteran I was telling you about earlier, He didn't read that part because he noted, he told me he had aid in attendance for, he's filed aid in attendance for some conditions are service connected and some that are not. I'm reading what the 38 CFR says. Okay. Now, this is an old SMC book. Again, I encourage everyone to go out and do their own research. Okay. And then it says, because of at sea, service connected disabilities, the veteran needs protection from the hazards and dangers incident to daily living. Aid must be regular, not constant. ANA is reduced during hospitalization to the housebound rate. If a veteran is bedridden due to service-connected disability, there is no reduction based on hospitalization. Then it goes on to say SMC, remember to qualify for SMCL, which is aid in attendance, the veteran needs to meet one of the following criteria: anatomical loss or loss of use of both feet, anatomical loss or loss of use of one hand and one foot, bilateral visual acuity of 5/200 or less, permanently bedridden, or not and, or in the need of aid and attendance. Okay. So again, go out to the M21 38 CFR and see those requirements for SMCL. Lonnie, I don't know 38 CFR 3.352 subpart A. I would have to go out and do research on that. Okay. Dwayne, have you heard or seen connecting sleep apnea to general anxiety or migraines? No in-service diagnosis of sleep apnea, just current diagnosis. Yes. And all I'm going to say, surprise video, hit. Okay. So make sure you watch out for that. Okay. Gene, Seminole Ranger. Oh, Merry Christmas. Hey, Gene. Gene is the sergeant of arms. Okay. Gene, make sure you know what your duty is tonight. Make sure people get those likes up. We got 58 people. Okay. Ho, airborne, but remember, Mr. Horn, first calf leads the way. There we go. Gene is already on it. Let's get those thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Frank, can you help me if I am in an appeal? Now, when you go to my website, again, well, before I get to that, Frank, don't forget I have a scavenger hunt and I'm giving away for Christmas 2 1-hour sessions to 2 individuals, one-on-one with me, and we're going to talk VA compensation. Okay. Go to my website, and on my website, it lists what I do. Okay. What I do and what I don't do. Now, Frank, as it pertains to an appeal, that's an open question. Can I help on appeal? I can educate you on some things. All right. As it pertains to the appeal, so that's kind of a broad question, if you will. I've done several videos. I've interviewed several individuals. There's a veteran here tonight, Demetria. She was on the live stream. You go back and look at the live stream that she did. She talked about her path to success as it pertains to a high-level review, formerly known as appeal. Also, she did a testimonial as well. And also, I did a video on what I did with my appeal, okay, and how I was able to be successful. All right. So I would say go out to my website and look at the educational services that I provide. Ronald, where can I download and find a copy of the DSM-5? Google. You can Google it. I don't know an exact link. I'm not a mental health professional, but I'm pretty sure if you go out and you Google it, or if you go to your local library, they should have a copy. I'm pretty sure since COVID, a lot of libraries, I know when I was in grad school, back in 2005, I could access, I had a library card to certain libraries that was in other cities, and I could go and access certain literature. Okay. So I would say try Google and see if you could find it there. But I'm pretty sure you could probably purchase a copy of it off of Amazon, or just go to your local library and they should have a copy. It's that time. What's going on? NYC in the house. Long Island. Greetings, sir. Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. Shabutsi. All right. Remy, hey, good to see you back. Thanks a million for your help. Info on here, November 24th, 2021. I went from 80 to 90 with a 50% migraine grant. Then on December 9th, I was granted TIU. Hey, congratulations. Glad you had success with your claim. How long, if you don't mind sharing, Remy, how long did it from start to finish to where you're at now? How long did it take? Months or years? I'd like to know that. And also, do you have a copy of your claims folder? And if you do, did it help with you going from 80 to 90 and then getting 50% for migraines and ultimately TDIU? Stacy, what can be secondary claim for tinnitus? I'm not a medical professional. So one thing I do tell people, especially if you're taking medication, Google, type in, residuals or secondary conditions to tinnitus, common residuals of tinnitus, and then, start your search there. I've seen veterans claim depression secondary to tinnitus. Trying to think of what else. Also, I've seen veterans claim sleep apnea secondary to tinnitus. Okay. But remember, every claim is different. Use Google, the Mayo Clinic medical book. There's, a lot of literature out there that you can find this information. Oh, sorry. I filed a supplemental with private DBQs. Oh, okay. VA made the effective date for all my supplemental claims the date of the claim submission. I thought when you file supplemental, we reserve the original date. It depends. And I'm not going to go too in depth on that because I would have to be looking at all that information. But one of the things that is looked at, if you file that claim within 1 year of notification of the denial. So for example, let's just say you filed a claim February 1st, 2021 for PTSD on a direct basis. They deny it. You get the notification letter July 1st. Then you come back in November 1st with a DBQ, medical opinion, or whatever, and they grant the benefit. And they notify you December 1st. Some of the things I think that should be looked at is, one, why did they initially deny the claim? Okay. And then why did they grant the claim second time? Well, why did they grant it when you filed it the second time? Okay. And then you're going to be looking at possibly, okay, what are the effective dates? Facts found, or can they go back to the original intent to file, original data claim if it was within 1 year? Okay. Sometimes there's a thing called date titlement of roles, facts found. They could use that, meaning the data claim if you submitted the DBQ along with the 526EZ. So, one, I would have to be looking at all that information and the reason of the effective date in the narrative of the rating decision. Okay, to even determine could there be a CUE. All right. Gun guy, hey, what's going on? How we doing? Says hello to veterans. Before we get into the next question, still, I'm challenging people to get a copy of their claims folder. A lot of veterans are still slacking. When I ask them, they call me. I just start asking people when they say, hey, saw YouTube videos. You got to have, okay, you saw my YouTube videos. Have you requested a copy of your claims folder? No, I haven't done that. Might not be a bad idea to do it. Okay. So next question. Just got rated for PTSD. Had a supplemental claim for major depressive disorder. The decision said denied because no current diagnosis. Writing my VA medical paperwork, PTSD, MDD by psych doctor. Do you think HLR? Okay. So question. Under the 5 ways of service connection, where does that claim for major depression or PTSD fall? Do you know the criteria for all 5 ways of service connection? Okay. Just because the VA hospital diagnosed you with PTSD or major depressive disorder doesn't mean that you are automatically going to get service connected for it on the benefit side. Okay. So that video that I did with the mental health professional where he talks about stressors. Go back and look at that video. Now, you can go to a mental health professional. They can say, yep, based on what you're telling me, per the DSM-5, you got a diagnosis of PTSD. But when you file that claim on the benefits side, the VA says, okay, yep, you got a current diagnosis, but can it be confirmed? Okay. It's not what you say, it's what you can prove. All right. Adjudicator would fix this. Not really understanding that one. Gene, Dwayne, I have called VA and they said the only item left is from NPRC. The NPRC failed twice to meet a suspense. Can I waive these records? I asked 2 November to adjudicate my claim. I'm assuming that on the 526EZ, if you, yes or no, if you requested that the VA go out and get medical records or something like that, then you can, let them know, waive it, go ahead and rate my claim. But if there's some development that they need to do to give you due process, and that information needs to come from NPRC, no, I don't think that could happen. All right, because they have to give you due process. It's that time. Did a CMP exam for chronic fatigue, and DBQ said service connected on the Gulf War, multi unexplained chronic multi illnesses. I think I got that right. Would the rater not accept the DBQ and CMP exam? I don't know which rater you're going to get. What I'm going to be talking about tomorrow falls under this. There's some things that some of my clients have been seeing, some things that veterans have been informing me of. And in the previous video about adjudicators and DBQ, it's that time. Go take a look at it. I think I uploaded that last week or the week before. Some clients, the DBQ is going right through, not a problem, because they are actionable and sufficient. And then I got some other ones that are actionable and sufficient. Veterans have, not me, but veterans have DBQs that are actionable and sufficient, and adjudicators are not using them. And there's a wide range of reasons as they're giving as to why they're not using them, which is bogus. Okay. Fat Cobra, hi Dwayne, I appreciate your channel. As a RVSR, how many claims did you work on at once? One. That would be really difficult. Are you saying how many claims that I rate at one time? Just one. It'd be hard to try to rate 2 claims at one time. But over a period of time, hundreds. I didn't keep a count, but I would say it's well in the hundreds. Could have been, I don't know. I always thought about that I ever reached that 1,000. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe I probably could have reached 1,000 plateau. I don't know. Hi, Dwayne. You answered a question I had earlier on YouTube. Another quick one. I was awarded 100% PNT. Hey, congratulations. So, hey, everybody, we got a veteran here. Just got 100% PNT. Wish her congratulations. Let us know where you're at. And you can take us all out to Sizzlers. But the award letter also had a proposed to reduction. Oh, can they do that? That's highly unlikely. I would have to be looking at all the information. Okay. The answer to that, I would have to be, it doesn't surprise me. It is like one of those 1 in a million, 1 in 100 chances that it can happen. But someone would have to be looking at more information in your claims folder. And the question I have for you, do you have a copy of your claims folder? Willie Marshall, good evening all. Gene, prayers to all the families from Arkansas, Tennessee, Illinois, Kentucky. Yes, actually, I grew up west of Mayfield, Kentucky, in Missouri. I think I went there once. But yeah, I was listening. I was looking at a YouTube video, another channel that I follow, and a lot of people lost their lives. And the gentleman in the YouTube video I was watching, he was talking about the candle factory, and people were trying to get home or want to get home, and some of the ones that stayed actually lost their life. So thank you, Gene, for bringing that to everyone's attention. So let's make sure we give a prayer to all those individuals and their loved ones. Can MDD and anxiety be secondary to knee injury due to pain? Yep. Seen veterans claim that MDD secondary to service-connected conditions. Seattle Black veteran, how we doing? Hey, thanks a lot for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Keep the good work. Go Army. Yep. Cool. Travis, if you're still on there, first cap leads the way. Let's see. Oh, the super stickers, the donations. Again, go to my website. I've adopted 2 schools in the Tampa Bay area and low-income areas, and the revenue that's generated from this YouTube channel and the super stickers go to those schools. We were able, the donations were able to help us feed 20 families for Thanksgiving. I'm still trying to get to Atlanta to get some school supplies. Some reason since COVID, these Penske trucks are really expensive. But a friend of mine that's going to, the company decided to donate up to 10 to 15 pallets of school supplies. So I'm going to check a writer. But if anybody know of any truck rentals that are at a decent rate in Atlanta, Georgia area, let me know, because I'm going to fly up to Atlanta. That's where this company's at. I'm going to fly up there, rent a truck, load it up, drive it back to Florida, take all these pallets, 10 to 15 pallets, store them in my warehouse. Going to have my family help me go through and sort this stuff. And then I'm going to be donated not only to the schools in 2 low-income areas, but some other schools as well. So if anybody is in Atlanta, ATL area that know of any rental truck companies where I can get a rental truck for a decent amount, one trucking company I looked at, they wanted $2,000 one way. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So before we go any further, don't forget to check in the description section. For those of you that logged in a little bit late, I'm giving away 2 1-hour sessions to 2 lucky veterans. There's a scavenger hunt. I'm doing it for Christmas. I'm doing a scavenger hunt on my website. So you look in the description section of this video, you'll see several questions. Whoever gets the most questions right, first place and second place winner is going to win a 1-hour one-on-one with me to go over and talk about the VA disability compensation claims process. Now, again, there are some questions that I can't answer. If I do this, what will the VA do? It's hundreds of employees. I have no way of knowing which each individual employee should do. Now, but we do know what they should be doing per their guidelines, because we can look that up and find out. Do they always follow it? No. And that's why it's important to be educated, because when they do not follow it, then you can call them out on the red carpet and say, hey, you should have followed this particular M21 reference or this 38 CFR or USC code or whatever. All right. Old Sergeant, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Gene Seminole, returning subscribers, I definitely appreciate the super stickers. I appreciate the support. You guys, you're always on. Sometimes you come into the Veteran Roundtable to provide feedback as well. So it's definitely much appreciated. Mike says, who Army vets? Ron Sanders, is there any new information from the VA dealing with sleep apnea rating requirements? Good question. I haven't went out, not that I know of, but I haven't done any research. I did a video on sleep apnea a few months back, but I haven't done any recent research. So good question, but I haven't done, not that I'm aware of, but keep in mind, I haven't done any recent research. Okay, Mike? Ms. Richardson, hi, Dwayne, and fellow vets. Like and share, everyone. Dwayne is sharing great information at no cost. Happy holidays. Likewise, thank you for sharing. It's that time. Does diabetic retinopathy, renal dysfunction caused by diabetes get SMC? Not that I can think of, but you can go to the rating schedule. And when you look at the rating schedule under the diagnostic codes, and you see that criteria, okay? And to the right, you'll see the percentage. If that percentage has a number right above that in the right-hand corner, go to the bottom in the note section because they're telling that adjudicator, hey, time out. If you're going to service connected for this, there's SMC involved. Okay. So whatever diabetic retinopathy, renal dysfunction, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I would have to go to the rating schedule to see to be perfectly sure. Ms. Richardson, thanks again for the super sticker. Definitely appreciate it. The real H-Town. Is that Houston? Hello, Dwayne. If I have depression claim that's at the BVA in 2019, but recently filed a secondary depression claim and supplemental lane, would that affect my effective date? If you claim depression twice, and if you already had a claim in for depression and you come back in the second time claiming depression, they probably won't even take issue with it because it's already on the books. Okay. Great information as always. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're welcome. 52 watching. Let's push the like button. It helps vets. He is doing this for free. Yep. So we got 69 people. Everyone, let me know how many likes we got in here so far. I can't see it on my end. Keep educating us. Keep educating us. Love it. Will do. Let me just see how many people do we have signed up. And I do apologize. I'm going to put in the chat window. Got 16 people sign up for the roundtable. Again, for the roundtable, you must share your video. I'm putting the link in the chat window for everybody here. So it's in there now, but you go to my website and you can sign up there. Which comes first, housebound aid and attendance with PNT, TDIU, should the SMC calculator be used? Most raters do use the SMC calculator when they're doing that because they have to come up with the SMC codes that goes on the rating code sheet. Okay. Housebound normally comes first. That's the lower SMCS and then L. But I've seen veterans get aid in attendance without housebound because if you look at the criteria for housebound, they can meet the criteria for aid in attendance, but don't meet the criteria for housebound. So you got to look at those too. All right. Okay, gun guy, not a problem. Appreciate it. Al, hey, again, thanks for that super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. Again, go to the website. I may share my screen here and show everyone on the website right at the end about the outreach community. We did some stuff. I participated, spoke to, I was a guest speaker. I spoke to, what was it? Great American Teaching, was they call it. Talked to some 8th graders about the importance of getting an education, and then at the same school came back and did after it. I can't remember what came first. Oh, it was Great American Teaching was first. It was that Wednesday, and then at Saturday went back to the school and passed out turkeys. Okay, how can I find or do I need the 1976 rating code percentage and award amounts for in service for 74, 76, denied service connection for hip and femur, had surgery in service and put on profile, seeking a CUE proof. Is it in STR's original claim made upon separation? So what you're talking about, the historical service rating schedule. I have mine, which breaks it out, but you should be able to find it on the VA's website. Okay. But again, you got to look at if it's in your medical records and your STRs. Do you have a copy of your claims folder, which has your service treatment records? And does it notate it in there? And then the next question is, what was the reason for denial? Do you have their rating decision? Okay. Did you get a CMP exam? Did the doctor say no? Okay. You had a CMP exam and the doctor said no, what's noted in the rationale? Okay. So still a lot of questions there, Al. Royce J said, "What's up, DK?" Wow, I've been called that in a while. A lot of people from high school called me that, but it's okay. Get these lights up. Yep. Congrats. There we go. Benny, hey, thanks for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. I am going to, let's see here. I am going to, at the end, I'm going to share my my website. We're going to go look at some pictures in the community outreach program. Okay. All right. So Benny, I really appreciate that. Urban Cowboy 19 Delta. Thanks. Hi, Sarge. If I was in a rollover accident while on leave, can I still use it as possible TBI, or does it only count if it happened during combat operations? No. If it happened on active duty, you're a soldier 24/7. Okay. So just because if it was after hours, if it was while you're on leave, it still counts. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay. Dwayne, you need to give Gene a wrench. Okay. Let's get those thumbs up, folks. Okay. Okay. Remy 86. Congratulations. All right. Don Freed. What's going on there, Don? Dwayne has taken my claims from 0 to 90%. You actually did it, Don. You just got educated, which far surpassed what my expectation were. He's educated me and helped me understand how to navigate the claims process. And Don, thank you for entrusting me to do that. And actually, everyone, Mr. Freed, the reason why I'm on YouTube is because Don Freed and I, we met in a vet entrepreneurship training, seminar, program that we took. And on break and after the class, he would ask me questions, and he's like, man, you're like a walking VA dictionary. You ought to start a YouTube channel. I was like, man, no one's gonna listen to me on YouTube. But he's the one that actually suggested I start the YouTube channel. A couple months later, after doing some research on how to, with lighting and cameras and all this stuff about, creating a YouTube channel, I started it. And like I said earlier, I never would have known that I would have been almost at 10,000 subscribers. Just wrapping up January next month. I make it 2 years. I've been doing this. Love doing it. So everyone give a thumb up and a thanks and a shout out to Don for suggesting to me to start the YouTube channel. Fat Cobra, hi Dwayne, as an RVSR, how many claims did you work on at one time? One. How long was the average time you spent rating claims? Oh man, that's a hard question. I can say the quickest claim that I ever rated probably took me about 15, 20 minutes. And for that particular veteran, he filed a claim and got a rating decision in the same day. The longest claim that it took me to rate was 2 days. 2 days, 16 hours. And that was a tough, I wouldn't say, that was probably the toughest one because I had a lot of, and the crazy thing about it, I don't remember the veteran's name, but I can remember what happened to him in service. I remember the branch he served, and I can remember some of the lay testimony that was given by some of his loved ones. And I can actually remember what I granted to him and the highest SMC as well. It was just that detail. Okay. Took me 2 days. And then when I got done with that one, guess what my supervisor gave me? Another one that I granted pretty much the same thing. Cause he's like, you just did one, so it's fresh. But that was a really tough claim because it was service cannot, it was a lot of moving parts to it. Okay. So I can't say the average time, but the one that took me the shortest amount of time and then the longest amount of time. Thumbs up, folks. We got 71 people. How many likes do we have? Claims file. Okay. Don Freed, in prior claims file in the VA left open a decision on femoral neuropathy when I received a rating on back sciatica. How do I file to open this undecided yet recognized injury? I would say, Let's see. You know what? That could fall under a CUE because the VA failed to take issue with the claim decision. So Don, go back. My YouTube channel did um, um, a video on CUEs. That would fall under the CUE because you filed a claim and you filed a claim for certain conditions and the VA is supposed to take issue with everything. Okay. Also, go back and look at that rating decision to make sure to see if they included the femoral nerve with the sciatica because it could read service connection for sciatica also claimed as femoral. And if they did that, then there's no CUE. They took issue with it. But just go back in the rating decision and just confirm if they did that or not. Let's see, filed a claim for a low back 2 years ago, was denied. It filed a higher level review, found an error in my favor after my second CMP, and said they will update. How often do they make errors like this? You know, don't forget there's a human factor. Errors do get made. When I rated, I shared this in one of my videos. I was working a claim and I was just having a bad day one day. It was just, I don't know what it was. I was having a bad day and I get this claim, and I'm looking at it and I'm going through it. And immediately I just get frustrated. I'm swearing at the rater, who did this. I'm like, man, I just got frustrated. I was like, you know what? I'm going to send them the email because they jacked this veteran's claim up and they need to be paying more attention when they're doing these rating decisions. So I go to the rating code sheet to see who did the rating. Lo and behold, guess who did the rating? Me. And I took the next 30 minutes trying to figure out what the heck was I thinking when I rated this claim. Okay. It happens. But again, we as veterans, if we're educated on a process, sometimes we can point out those errors. Keep in mind, these VA employees on quotas and they're trying to rush through these claims. Okay. So when you're rushing through claims to meet your quota so you don't get fired, when you're rushing, I understand why they're doing it, trying to make that quota. But when you rush, the chance of you making mistakes go up. Okay. So help them by getting educated. So, when you submit your claim is, you got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Okay. Okay. People, we got about 7 minutes left. I'll try to get through these questions. Recently received my claims file on CD. Yep. There you go. Have you went through it? Are you shocked at some of the stuff that you see in there? I know I was when I got mine. Ed got my C file and they had great notes of past conditions. There you go. There you go. Yes, I got a copy of the claims file. It definitely helped. It in total, it took 3 years. Hey, you beat me. It took me 4 from December 2018 to 2021. My claims file I had info, the basic training identified. I had migraines and surgery. There you go. See what I'm talking about, people? Good information. That's why I've been challenging people. I've been challenging people to get a copy of their claims folder. Deborah Weber, how do I get a copy of deck logs? You don't, but the VA, they'll go through and they can obtain that information. Now, once they do that and get a copy, then you can request a copy of your claims file. And guess what's in your claims file? Your deck folders, if they got it. Now, if you can get them outside of that, maybe you can go to the Department of Navy and get it, but you would have to ask the Department of Navy, will they give them to you? But you could probably, I don't think that there's a number, should be maybe an email, but I know that there's an address. You can send that request. I would probably do it as a FOIA request and just see what they say. They could give it to you, but if they say no, but if it's something that you're claiming that the VA had to do some development to get those deck logs, then the copy of those should be in your claims file. Then you could submit a FOIA request to get a copy of the claims file and see those deck logs. Gregory Gates, hi Dwayne, I'm 0% for Halgus valgus, bunions. I would like to file a claim for pest plants, but I'm worried about pyramiding my foot condition. Is it okay to file? That would be up to you, but you're at 0. Or you're saying your service connected at a percentage for flat feet. And do you have a copy of your claims folder? If you are service connected for 7815, I don't know what 7815 is. I know some diagnostic codes by heart, like hair loss tinnitus is hair loss is 6100. Knee condition, flexion and extension is 5260, 5261. Migraines 8100. PTSD is 9411. Coronary artery disease is 7005. So Deborah helped me out with 7815. I don't know that right off the top of my head or what their diagnosis is. But how do you get a rare disease code brought in with 7815? I don't know what 7815 is, but if you're trying to claim that, where does it fall under the 5 ways of service connection? Navy Vet got my rating decision emailed to me December 13th from a December 10 decision. I just needed to know my dates of service, enter, and exit. That should be on your DD 214. Everybody should have a copy of their DD 214. I do run across some people that don't have it, and that shocks me, but should have it. But in the rating decision, it states under the summary, it'll give the month, date, and year, interest, and exit as well. Nope, RLTW. We will discuss that issue tomorrow. Okay. I have a contact with Enterprise. Okay, yeah, let me know. I gotta get up there. I want to do it around the holidays, maybe next Monday or maybe in between New Year's, Christmas and New Year's. Again, I want to bring up, I got having a scavenger hunt, giving away 2 free hours for Christmas. I got the questions in the description section. The answers, all the answers can be found on my website. The deadline to get these answers to me is December 22nd, COB, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The top 2 people to get the most answers right will get a free one-on-one with me. I'll be doing it by Zoom, okay? And I'll email those individuals. But the questions are in the description section of this video. Those answers can be found on my website. Where can you find the website? In the description section of this video. Okay. We got about a couple minutes later. Got a couple minutes to go. Gene says, got to run. Talk to you tomorrow. All right. Take care. It's that time. Thanks for all the hard work. Thanks for the super sticker. Right at the end, when we have about a minute left, I'm going to share my screen and show everyone pictures of events that we did with schools that I've adopted in low-income areas. Okay. Are there any secondary disabilities related to sleep apnea? I'm not a medical professional, Glenn, but go to Google. I'm pretty sure that there is. Go to Google and see, common residuals of sleep apnea. Here is the link that people can sign up for my Veterans Roundtable tomorrow. I'll put it in the chat box again. Okay. I'm just denied service-connected injuries. What do I do next? That would be up to you, Carl. In that notification letter, it gives you the options. But I would say I've done 3 videos on the 5 ways of service connection. 3. They're all on my YouTube channel. If I had to do it over again, I talk about understanding not only what I'm claiming, but where do they fall under the 5 ways of service connection. And then I said, why were they denied? The conditions that you claim. Waiting on letter. Okay. Somebody said earlier that if you're waiting on a decision letter, somebody said earlier they picked up the phone, called the call center, and they got it because of the mailing delays that the VA is going through right now. Clint Eastwood, how do I go about making a 100% rating permanent total? I have 12 ratings, 11 of them are static, and the headaches is done static. How do I get permanent total? I don't know. I would have to be looking at that information. If you're 100%, do you have a routine future exam? Do you know what routine futures are? Do you know how you can find out? Guess what? I did a YouTube video on routine future exams. Go to that particular video, go to my YouTube channel, type in routine future exams, and watch that video. And it gives you some information on that. How do I get depression rating, which was denied but has direct correlation to a service-connected disability? I'm assuming you're saying it's secondary. If you're claiming it's secondary, Look at those videos where I talked about the 5 ways of service connection. And then be educated on what is the criteria for what criteria needs to be met for secondary service connection. Is it possible to use obesity aggravation in service if you gain weight after 2 service-connected injuries? I do have claims file. You can clearly correlate change. So what is the actual claim condition? And then what are you claiming it to? Meaning under 5 ways of service connection, what are you claiming it? So what is the actual condition? Is it obesity? What next is examples, case law, medical findings are available for connecting eye conditions to noise trauma when a vet is rated 100% for manures with tinnitus. Case law, I would have to do the research. There's a lot of case law out there. I don't have any of them memorized. I know where to go and find them, but then you got to start your search there. Okay, medical findings are available for connecting eye conditions. So what is the condition you're claiming, and what are you claiming the secondary to, and what criteria needs to be met? Is avascular neurosis of the hip associated with Agent Orange? I haven't seen that under 38 CFR 3.309 subpart E as it pertains to tropical diseases, but also on the VA's website. And I talk about it in one of my trainings, which I haven't done in a while. On the VA's website, it states what is needed as it pertains to if a veteran is claiming a condition that is not on the Agent Orange list. What can they do? One of those things is submitting medical literature based on, medical tests that were done that confirms that a particular condition that's not on the Agent Orange tropical diseases under the 38 CFR is, or Agent Orange contributed to it. Okay. Okay. Don't know what that means. Thanks to Wayne, just heard you on my question. Yes, my service record states anxiety 99. I'll contact via website. Thank you. Okay, not a problem. What is the process filing secondary claims? I am getting rejected. Well, it's not. You're not getting rejected because you're not filing this. The claims, secondary claims, the process. It's, do you understand the criteria for when you're claiming secondary claims? Okay, and then there's other questions. When you're claiming them and you're getting denied, is it a supplemental claim? Are you submitting new and relevant evidence? Are you getting CMP exams? If you get CMP exams, what is the medical opinion? What is the rationale? Do you have a copy of your claims folder? So, Rodney, there's some other questions that need to be answered before this can be answered. And I would need to be looking at that information. Jerry Young, I have service connected for collapsed arches, flat feet, got 50% just for that. Yep, that's the highest evaluation you can get. There's the link to the Veterans Roundtable. Oh, wait a minute. Can you make a video expanding on 100% PNT student loan forgiveness? I've heard contradictory statements. I've heard you can call the Department of Education and hold off until you finish all of your studies. Donnie, no, I'm not going to do a video on that because that's outside of the VA of what I'm talking about. But you can, from what I've heard from veterans, you can. You want to make sure I don't have that 800 number readily available, but call them. Call them and say, hey, I'm 100% PNT. I'm still in school. Do not forgive my student loans as of yet. And from my understanding, they send a letter saying, hey, we've been notified by the Department of Veterans Affairs that you're 100% permanent total. You got X amount of days to notify us. But if you haven't gotten that letter and you're 100% PNT, you need to call the U.S. Department of Education. I don't want to step off into that and give you some incorrect information, but I've heard. I haven't confirmed it, but I've heard from other veterans that they've done that. Say, hey, put that on hold. Call that number to confirm. Okay? Let's see. Dion says, if you have 100% disability due to mental illness, are you unable to work at all? You can still work. Okay. Now, if it's IU, then there are some stipulations around, working and how much you can make. Thanks again, Dwayne. Peace and love. Yep, not a problem. And Donnie, I did it once. Complete study, submit VA total and permanent disability letter. student loan forgiveness section, read on their website instructions. There you go. Yep. Deborah, thank you. Appreciate your time. Not a problem. Thank you for coming in, Deborah. Derek, can you do 2 supplemental claims at the same time? I have new evidence both. Yep, we can. Yep. All right. So that's all the questions, everyone. Let me share my screen right quick. I want to show some pictures. I want to share some pictures from the website of mine. Let me get back to my comments. Okay. To show the outreach program. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second here. Bring up my screen. Okay. So let me know if everyone can see this. Okay. So here's my website. All right. Got some really good information on here. So all the, let me take this down. All of the answers to the questions in the description section from the scavenger hunt that I'm giving away for Christmas, the 2 hours, 1 hour to 2 individuals that get the most correct answers to the questions can be found here. Okay, so when you get here, here are the different links. Okay, got about us. All right, me and another gentleman that works for me here, bio. The educational services that I provide with the description. A lot of people call me and say, I looked at your website. What do you do? That means you didn't look at the website because the information is here. Okay. Then classes. This is where you can sign up for the Veterans Roundtable tomorrow. All right. Gives a description. Got to share your video. On this page, I do training. I've done training for different companies in the private sector that have veterans that work for them, or here's some of those organizations. Okay. So companies have contacted me and say, hey, have veterans that work for us. We want you to do a presentation and explain the VA claims process to them. I do train. I've done training in the past for different companies as well. Okay. Here are some of, and it page took a little bit longer to load. Live testimonials from previous clients. Okay. Resource page. If you got questions, here's some links to the VA's website. Okay. Then last but not least, the community outreach page. So again, a lot of people that donate do super stickers during the live stream. Your donations, this is what they go to. Even me flying to Atlanta, renting a truck, picking up those free items, free 10, 15 pallets, which I'm trying to do. This is where the money goes to from just generate from the YouTube channel and the donations that you give. Okay. So here is just the description of the community outreach, a couple of pictures of the schools that we've adopted. Here is one of the vendors that was graciously that was so gracious to donate. We reached out to some vendors to donate. That was one here in the Tampa area. Here are some pictures to one of the schools. When DJ and I, we took it, bought some school supplies and donated to one of our schools. Okay. Let me get back to the other screen. And here's a middle school. Okay. So we were able to donate some items. Walmart donated a gift card. Home Depot initially donated a microwave. The school supplies you see here, we got a huge discount from Office Depot. One of their managers or district managers or something like that out of Orlando, Florida, helped put that together. Ace Hardware donated some of these masks. Here I dropped off some of the school supplies and donations to the school. Some of the students helped take them to the school. Here's one of the supervisors at Home Depot that helped us, that we contacted, that donated the initial microwave. Then they called us, Home Depot, this young lady at Home Depot in Brandon, Florida, said, hey, do you still need refrigerators? Yeah. They donated these 2 huge refrigerators, and I went and picked them up, and you could see this sweat. It was a lot of work. Okay. But we got it done. The other famous Tate, and I think they're in Valrico or Brandon, Florida, donated one of these refrigerators. They also donated a washer and dryer as well. And they delivered them to the school free. Okay. And here is the, wait a minute. Here is family and I and the principal of the school here donating. Had Thanksgiving meals box. School is in Sefton, Florida. And we donated 20 turkeys, 20 foil pans. We had cake mix, icing, turkey injection, cornbread, green beans, corn, gravy, and a couple other items. So we were able to do a lot from your donations. Okay. The super stickers, the revenue. Every time you watch a video, we get revenue every month, and we take that and we purchase these items. We're able to purchase these items and feed families. So here are some pictures that my wife took, and my son is helping me put them in the cars along with the principal. Okay. So you can see this. Let me just, I don't know if I can, let's see if I can. Okay. I can't blow that up. Okay. But you can see here the table, the turkeys, and each one of these bags contains all those items that I just talked about. Okay. And here I'm with a fellow veteran, a previous client, probably recognized, and he did a testimonial, and he donated his time, and we went to the Great American Teach-In, and we spoke to some of the students there. And this is the certificate that they gave, and here's some items on the table that they gave some of the guest speakers. Okay, so this is just some of the stuff that we did in the local communities with those schools, but your donations played a huge part in that. Okay, so about 12 minutes over, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I really appreciate everyone taking the time out of their busy evening to spend with me. Hope I was able to answer everyone's questions. Donnie says, thank you for clearing that out. Also, is it a good idea to file new disabilities in the same package that you are submitting for increase? Yeah, you can. There's nothing saying that you can't. That would be up to you if you want to do that. So we got one last question after that. This is it. My question is, if I put in a claim for insomnia secondary to migraines and anxiety secondary to migraines, will they rate it combined anxiety and insomnia and consider it pyramiding? They won't consider, it's considered pyramiding. Pyramiding is when they break it out. They grant you 10% for insomnia and 10% for anxiety. It's the same. Okay. So they're going to combine that. Thanks for what you do. I really appreciate it. Esteban, great info. Hold on, wait a minute. I think we met. Did we meet Esteban at not the Vet Emporium? Yeah, the beer oil at HCC, Del Mabry. I think that was you, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So good to see you. Appreciate it. Thanks for all you and your family do. Happy holidays. Yep. Merry Christmas, everyone. The next live stream will be December 29th. I will be doing that. Okay. So make sure you check that out. Yep. I thought I recognized you. Okay. All right. So thanks again, everyone. Still got seats for the Veterans Roundtable tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's the link again, but also you can find it on my website. Okay. Thanks again. Thank you for your service. Merry Christmas. Be safe. See you in my next YouTube live stream or one of my Veterans Roundtable. Thank you.